Welcome to the first edition of Housing Development for the year 2021. A look at the sector last year from within and outside the country. Fannie Mae said housing will help fuel economic growth in 2020, while Freddie Mac said mortgage rates will stay low. All the entire predictions for 2020 got smashed by the coronavirus pandemic. 2020 saw impressive changes on the technology front as the industry worked to remain open during the stay-at-home orders and social distancing. For 2021, forecasts are even more difficult than ever to create. What will happen with COVID-19? How will the government at state and federal level handle the virus and the economy over the next several months? These questions overshadow every forecast for now. However, in all, the housing market has done well, despite the many problems caused by the pandemic. And with recovery, both economic and for a more typical way of life on the horizon, the housing market will continue to do well. That is our wish, even as we begin the year 2021. Now, let's have a look at the news that made hit over the last couple of days in the sector. I am Flora Ani, your housing diva.
Vice President Yemi Osibanjo has said cement manufacturers have agreed with the federal government to give discounts for the product purchase for the 300,000 low-cost housing units to be built under the Economic Sustainability Plan, ESP. Osibanjo disclosed this last weekend while visiting the completed model houses in Dei in Abuja, one of the sites of the social housing scheme. He revealed that cement producers have agreed to give cement for this project at considerable discount, which is a helpful thing to do, and commended and thanked them. The project consists of a one-bedroom unit and a two-bedroom unit, both coming under 2 million naira, proving that it is possible to build decent accommodation that isn't out of the reach of practically everyone. After decades of unsuccessful efforts to modernize its operations and business process to meet global banking standards, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, has finally broken the technology migration jinx and is now set to go fully digital. The implementation of the banking system would be significant and far-reaching. Once operational, it will help the FMBN to create an integrated technology-driven platform to activate its operations. On the back of the digital service provisioning ecosystem, the bank would then tackle the many systematic challenges that it has had to contend with over the years due to the largely manual nature of its operations. This means seamless back-end integration with employers in a way that makes deduction from workers' salaries and remittance of the FMBN more transparent to all stakeholders. NHF subscribers would now get real-time alerts on all transactions on their NHF accounts and stay informed on the status of their accounts, and subsequently a big boost for affordable housing delivery in the country. The Housing Development Advocacy Network, HDAN, has warned dubious estate developers to desist from their evil acts or face dire consequences for their actions. HDAN, in a statement signed by its executive director, Festus Adebayo, said the number of Nigerians that have fallen into the hands of dubious estate developers is alarming. He pointed out that the dubious elements in the industry are taking advantage of the over 22 million housing gap to exploit innocent Nigerians, thereby defrauding them of their hard-earned money. Adebayo said HDAN would be working with the police and the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, in the year 2021 to sanitize the industry. The group also warned that failure to turn a new leaf would result in naming and shaming in the new year. The Lagos State government has announced that the Third Mainland Bridge will be fully open to vehicular traffic in February 2021. This follows the shutdown of the bridge on July 24, 2020 by the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing for maintenance work. The Lagos State Commissioner for Transportation, Frederick Oladeyinde, noted that the completion date for the rehabilitation of the bridge had to be moved forward for January 2021 to February due to the effect of the End SARS protest. While speaking on the outlook of transportation for Lagos State, the commissioner said the state was trying to integrate all transport modes into a card that would be utilized by residents.
President Media Group, organizers of Abuja International Housing Show and owners of Housing Development Program on AIT and TBC, wishes to appreciate all our partners who without them, we wouldn't have recorded a successful year.
All of the other reindeers used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright.
We say thank you for your unending support this year. We promise to do more, and we count on your continued support.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad.
Make you dey wash your hands, make you dey wear your mask, make you dey sanitize, oh, make we for stay alive. No huggy, no shaky.
Oga Solo, why you go come visit me, come wear face mask on your chin? She not like that they say make we dey wear am. Oh yeah, wear face mask very well before you enter my house. And give me your hand, make I give you hand sanitizer. No vex so. I go put am well now. My country people, ndi nke mu, enyi temi, make una come hear the better news wey I bring come o. Shey una know say COVID-19 still dey everywhere o. That is to say, when you want jolly with your family and your friends for this kind of ogbonge period, make you remember say you go wash your hand very well with soap and water and sanitize your hand anywhere you dey go. Make you no huggy, no shaky. Wear your face mask properly anywhere where you dey go. Clean your environment and maintain your personal hygiene. Remember say, if you do your part and I do my own, that is to say, we all go overcome this pandemic o. Now the University of Lagos Center for Housing and Sustainable Development, you know this story where the Arts and Humanities Research Council UK they back up.
I am Dr. Sam Egu, Senate Committee Chairman on Housing. Keep watching Housing Development Program.
To read the full details of the news and all the housing reports, do well to visit www.africanhousingnews.com.
The year 2020 has left the whole world in surprise because the economic downturn all over the world is almost the same thing. We have experienced it as nasty as it is, and we hope God will not return this kind of year to us. We are hoping the year of 2021 will be better off than the experience we have in 2020. In the year 2020, a lot of things has happened, which we have seen a dwindling participation of purchasing power has gone down for people, and in the real estate business, definitely we experience short circuit in our business, and we could not move much forward because of the availability of funds within the nations. Well, 2020 is a year that we will ever remember in our lifetime, and something that it became historic. Even though the experience was nasty, but we still have to move forward as human beings and continue to see. Happily enough, now we are hoping the pandemic, there is a vaccine that comes out, but sincerely speaking, we experienced a lot of hell in 2020. Apart from lockdown, stay at home, businesses are dwindling, the whole economy is in shambles. At the end of the quarter, even there is recession in the country. So the issue of real estate business has been affected in no small way. And we hope by the coming year, things will improve. But as of now, we are only counting losses. The unfortunate situation in 2021 is that we are still in recession as a country. And the pandemic is not yet gone, but hopefully because of the vaccine will be available in Nigeria, I think in the next 3 months, possibly things can improve in the aspect of COVID-19. And thereby, the economic activities will maybe start to normalize. And we are hoping if the recession equally goes within the first 3 months of this of 2021, we believe, I think it will be a brighter year for real estate development. Most importantly, because of the government feeling that construction industry is the most affected, and thereby created an intervention fund, starting from family homes funds to Federal Mortgage Bank and to the RUHI 774 initiative, Rural Urban Housing Initiative, which was powered by RADAN. We believe with this around, definitely the macroeconomic factors will be revitalized from the grassroots level, and we will be counting gains because it's a win-win situation for the government as long as the construction industry is being reinforced. For us to function effectively, we are sure of creating mass employment in the country, and that will give the government at least a breathing space for this insecurity that is all over the nation. I believe it's because of there is no job around, and that will make us to create a lot of massive employment in the country, right from the grass level at the local government level and so forth.
Timberlock Wood Preservative surpasses all preventive measures designed to permanently prevent the damage and quality reduction of wood and wood-based materials by termites, fungi, bacteria, and other boring insects. Use Timberlock Premium Wood Preservative to prevent, correct, and defend wood and wood materials against deformities caused by termites and other insects in the later days. Timberlock is designed to solve wood preservation challenges with a standard you can trust. Timberlock Wood Preservative kills termites instantly. Timberlock Wood Preservative, the wood preservative brand leader in Africa.
I am Senator Aliyu M. Wamakos. The affordable housing for all and sundry is a must, and we are there for it. Please keep watching housing development programs nationwide.
All right, moving on. With an estimated population of over 3 million, Abuja, the capital city, is currently facing huge urbanization challenges, and the housing crisis is a huge issue both for the poor and working class people in Abuja. This report seeks to analyze the poor housing condition in the Federal Capital Territory. Have a look.
Abuja, Nigeria's administrative capital, is a city of great contrast. Architectural and masterpieces in the form of residential and official buildings dot the landscape. The breathtaking organized concrete jungle is disproportionately matched by the squalor and deprivation which defines surrounding slums, populated by a majority of an ever-growing army of jobless and largely homeless youths caught in the web of rural-urban migration. In the early 1990s, at a time many referred to the city as the biggest construction site in the whole of Africa. Abuja, as an upcoming modern capital, was a beauty to behold. The roads were well paved and the streets kept clean. Security was top-notch, as the military, who still held sway at the time, made it the #1 priority. All that has since changed. An astronomical rise in the population, coupled with a global economic meltdown, occasioned by the sharp drop in the price of crude oil in the markets, worsened an already bad economic situation. The notorious Lagos traffic gridlock, which before now was a tale from other lands, is gradually creeping in. Robberies and carjacking are now more than ever before a regular occurrence. Movement from one part of town to another is becoming an unbelievably harrowing experience. Previous efforts made by the President Olusegun Obasanjo-led administration with the then Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, now Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, to enforce compliance with the city's master plan after several distortions fizzled out as soon as they both left office. Ramshackle structures most unfit for human habitation, which started on a small scale, have grown into a monstrous industry, threatening the city's serenity. Many of such habitations have sprung up in different parts of the city to accommodate an ever-growing horde of economic migrants, most of who lack basic skills and the resources to cope with life in an ever-changing city. Many of the houses in these areas lack toilets, leaving occupants to devise means of answering nature's call. Open defecation has become the rule rather than the exception. Sadly, these shanty towns and ghettos that dot the 6 municipal area councils making the Federal Capital Territory have become breeding grounds for petty thieves, armed robbers, and other shady characters desperate to live the city life. Abuja, the once beautiful Nigeria's administrative capital, is beginning to buckle under the weight of the surge of men, women, and children, either seeking for non-existent white-collar jobs or simply a refuge away from the nightmarish life in Nigeria's far northern states. Abuja is having more than its fair share of a modern city's nightmare. The collapse of basic infrastructures like roads, schools, and health facilities, largely due to lack of proper maintenance and overuse, has become visible. Open manholes with a putrid stench of sewage oozing out of septic tanks across the neighborhood are commonplace in Wuse, Jabi, and Garki areas, once known for orderliness and serenity. The city is certainly unprepared for the population surge. Dwindling resources and the absence of a political will has made it a Herculean task for the government to meet most of its financial obligations. Inflation has also not helped matters. Public servants, businessmen, as well as migrants who are unable to find affordable housing owing to the high cost of living within the city centre and adjoining suburbs, join the ranks of a growing population of Nigerians taking up residence in these shanty towns. Such settlements which exist within the city centre include Mabushi, Garki Village, Jabi Village, Utako Village, Kado Village, among others. Others are Gishiri, Papi, Dusi, Gwagwalada, Dawaki, Karu, Karshi, Kabusa, just to mention but a few, exists. Most of these communities lack motorable roads, while the public transport system exists largely on paper. Residents of these areas, who are mostly middle-level and low-ranking civil servants, support staff and artisans, all have sad tales about the harrowing experiences they have to contend with on a daily basis just to get to work and back. The question is, how long then will the ever-increasing housing gap remain?
Hello, my name is Emil Kohn, and I'm the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Infrastructure. Keep watching the Housing Development Program. It's a platform that shares information on housing for Nigerians, and is also a platform the government has used to be able to engage Nigerians. Kudos to the producers of this program.
One question begging for an answer there is, how long will the ever-increasing housing gap remain? We do hope the gap will be reduced this year as the government and even real estate stakeholders make conscious effort to build more low-cost housing this year. I'll be back shortly.
Keep a date with Housing Development Program every week on TVC. Housing Development is the first and pioneer housing program in Nigeria and by extension, Africa. It remains the authentic voice of the Nigerian housing and construction industry. Housing Development is the only credible and specialized platform for seasoned professionals in the build industry, where quality and credible players in the real estate sector meet to interact, showcase, and analyze government policies. It is no doubt that hundreds of thousands of prospective Nigerians who desire to own their personal properties have done so through the assistance of Housing Development Program in the last 10 years. If you are a stakeholder in the build industry, here is where you must be. We are authentic, credible, and supported by all the leading professionals in the build industry. Housing Development on TVC.
Welcome back. You're watching Housing Development. It's the start of a new year and so many will either be buying a new house or renting a new apartment. Taking into consideration the cost of renting an apartment in Abuja, it is necessary to rent affordable accommodation to live within your budget. Now, where are the cheapest or most affordable places to live in Abuja? Let's find out from some Abuja residents on Voices on the Street.
The first one is Karo, Asokoro Extension, and Mabuchi.
I think Nyanya, let's go for Gwagwalada, then Barracks.
I think is Gwarimpa, Area 1 and Kubwa.
Really, the cheapest place in Abuja, for example, Pape, that Mopol quarters, giving the 60,000 per year. People are going that the place is very cheaper. All of my friends living there, they say the house is there is very cheaper. Me too, I prefer to go there to say that because the area is very good to me. They want how that my friends are saying.
With the little period I'll say in Abuja, I can say, okay, places like Jikoi, Kurudu, Ajata, Orozo, all those houses there. We have Maraba Loko and the rest like that. They are still much more affordable. You can still get places like 40,000 naira for a single room. For self-con, you can still get places like for 70,000, 80,000. It depends on the area as well. But if you need places that where you want the water to running water in the environs, you can still get places like 130 to 150,000 naira in those places that I've mentioned.
My name is Femi Adewale. I'm the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Family Homes Fund. I endorse the Housing Development Program and the impact that is making in providing information about housing in Nigeria.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing Development Program. On Twitter, Housing Program. On Instagram, @Housing Program. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.
You're watching Housing Development. There you have it from respondents on Voices on the Street. They mentioned areas like Mabushi, Asokoro Extension, Gwagwalada, Kubwa, Jikwe. While other areas to check out if you're new in Abuja or looking to move to a cheaper house are Lugbe, Dawaki, Galadimawa, Kuje, and even Duse. Now, this is where I'll be wrapping up the program. Thanks for watching. Do well to follow Housing Development on all social media handles. I remain Flora Arnie, your Housing Diva. Happy New Year and do stay safe out there.